So you want to marry my daughter?
Yes, yes, I do.
Well, Ezra, you could try.
I want to begin with you have been using humor to kind of take on conversations that need to be heard and doing that through humor throughout your entire career. And now you've worked with Kenya, who's also just amazing at doing that. And I wonder if you talk a little bit about the role of humor in having conversations that people need to hear that they may not want to.
Well, it's easier to have awkward conversations if you add some humor to it, and it's really good if it's so funny that your little message is kind of like they come on and they hear it on their own. It's not like you kind of preaching to them. They kind of realize it in the midst of all the funny. It's like, oh yeah, it was funny, but they were saying this, and that's the best when you can do it like that. Like this movie does that.
Yes.
This movie is the first movie since Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, first romantic comedy that has this edge, this race conversation, and this race edge to it.
Yeah, it's so well done. And I love your character's interaction, Akbar, with Jonah Hill's Ezra, because Akbar is not good with Ezra. And I think I'm on Akbar's side, especially because Ezra kind of lies a little bit. He embellishes and makes himself out to be something that he isn't. And I wonder if you would talk about Akbar as just trying to protect his family and his daughter from someone he's not sure about, and what it's like to play into that.
He wasn't. Akbar doesn't have a problem with Ezra lying and doing. So he has a problem with that Ezra isn't black. So
Yeah.
that's his main thing.
Right, right.
And that's what the movie is about. And that's the conversation that's being had. This race thing, this black. So they're the wrong person just because they're not the right color.
Mhm. But yeah, would you talk about that kind of wanting to protect your family from this person who he's just doesn't think is the right one? The instinct to
For me personally, I've never had that situation. I've been very fortunate with the people that my children have come home with that they like. That I have yet to be in a situation where, this is you've brought home the monster.
Right, right, right. And then you get to work with Kenya again. You worked with Kenya on Coming Home Too, and then also going way back with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who was on SNL back in the early '80s. And would you talk a little bit about working with Kenya and this cast?
Well, Kenya is first and foremost an amazing writer, and the few movies that I've done that have black writers, I've been the writer. Very rarely have black writers. So to have a black writer and to write stuff that just comes out of your mouth just so naturally and freely, that was a joy. And then he's super smart, and it was just a joy working with Kenya. And he put together a cast of, I mean, everybody is amazing in this movie. Everybody is amazing, and Julia is brilliant, and Duchovny is perfect, and Nia Long is perfect, and Mike Epps is just a perfect cast. And Jonah wrote it with Kenya,
Right.
And Jonah is like, when you work with other comic actors, everybody can't improvise, and everybody's not sharp on their feet and can just come up, and he can work on his feet and come up with stuff, and he can raise the level of the material. And I said the other night, I described this movie as being a gift that fell out of the sky. That's really what it was like, because I didn't have to develop it. I just had to come. I got it as soon as I read it. I got it. What was special about it? And then we just went and did it. And we had smooth shooting. We only had one bad day. It was one day we were shooting someplace that smelled horrible, and that was the only bad day.